and they were all pretty hardcore. They were gentlemen. I mean, they weren't assholes. They were nice men, but they were hardcore.
The West isn't just a place on a map. For Sam Elliott, it's marrow-deep, a code stenciled on the soul the way sun burns brands into rawhide. 80 years of dust, barbed-wire honesty, and baritone warnings have turned him into Hollywood's last real cattle guard, standing between frontier truth and studio polish. But the older he gets, the louder the city buzz grows, and the wider the gap yawns between Elliot's stern quiet and everyone else's spotlight scramble. Now, for the first time, the man behind the mustache isn't shrugging it off. He's naming names, from Oscar-crowned art westerns to streaming soap operas in cowboy hats, from method-acting circus tricks to political earthquakes. Elliot has drawn a hard line in the sagebrush, and some of the industry's biggest stars have stumbled across it. Grab your coffee, cinch that saddle tight. We're riding straight into 8 clashes that left boots scuffed, egos bruised, and the myth of the Marlboro Man hanging by a single horsehair. If Elliot's art is a simmering campfire, Nicolas Cage's is a Roman candle. On the Ghost Rider set, crew members whispered that Cage's nouveau shamanic explosions scorched everything in range, while Elliot's stillwater gravity kept scenes from tilting into cartoon. Years later, at a 2023 Austin Fan Q&A, Elliot was asked about the experience. He paused, classic canyon-deep pause, then grinned, more firework than flame. Laughter erupted. The quote went viral on film Twitter faster than a brush fire in July. To Elliot, acting isn't volume, it's verdict. He believes a well-timed glare can break hearts louder than any scream, and he considers Cage's on-screen eruptions the theatrical equivalent of bull riding with fireworks strapped to the saddle. Sure, folks watch, but nobody calls it honest work. When The Power of the Dog loped into award season in 2021, critics called it a masterpiece. Sam Elliott called it something else. Pretentious and prissy. A buckaroo costume party where the chaps were cleaner than the motives. On a podcast appearance, he zeroed in on Benedict Cumberbatch's coiled performance and scoffed. "What the hell does this Brit know about the American West?" The clip exploded, dragging a reluctant Cumberbatch into a social media stampede. Director Jane Campion fired back during the 2022 Directors Guild Gala, coolly branding Elliot a little bit of a bitch. And worse, not a cowboy, just an actor. Headlines framed it as sexism, gatekeeping, maybe even xenophobia. Elliot doubled down for months, refusing PR-friendly apologies until a live panel finally coaxed one out of him. "I feel terrible," he muttered, "but I won't pretend the movie understands the West." Yet under the dust plume of clapbacks lies the core of his fury: authenticity. Elliot was raised near real cattle grids, not green screen prairies. In his mind, the West isn't an aesthetic, it's a scar. Cumberbatch spent weeks learning lasso knots. Elliot spent decades learning silence. One, he says, can't pass for the other. Sending a live vermin gift to castmates may earn tabloid clicks, but for Elliot, it earns cold disdain. When Jared Leto's stunt-heavy reputation followed him onto the shortlist for a 2024 indie western called Paradise Lost, Elliot's reps quietly exited the talks. No press release, just a schedule conflict that smelled suspiciously like principle. Producers replaced him within a week. Leto stayed aboard, and the trades ran with scheduling shuffle. Industry gossip filled the blanks. Elliot's contract allegedly included a no carnival antics clause, and Leto refused to sign. To Elliot, the craft is sacred space. No rats, no 24/7 cosplay, no media sideshows. He calls that stuff acting for hashtags, a circus that cheapens every second of honest screen time. And so, once again, he tipped his hat, mumbled something about respect, and walked. When Yellowstone stampeded onto cable guides in 2018, viewers saw the return of the big-budget Western. Elliot saw costume jewelry. Privately, he dismissed the show as a daytime soap with steers. The rift widened in 2024 at Cannes, where Kevin Costner premiered Horizon and implied Taylor Sheridan had borrowed plot strands. Headlines smirked about a feud. And yet, Hollywood loves irony. Paramount Plus announced in April 2025 that Sam Elliott will join Sheridan's oilfield drama Landman for Season 2. Insiders swear Costner and Elliott won't share a frame, but fandom already fantasizes about a showdown worthy of a Sergio Leone deep cut. Elliott's friends insist he took the gig only because the series smells like real sweat, not cattle print wallpaper. Whether that's true or PR polish, one fact remains. The last sentinel of Western grit has stepped back onto Sheridan soil, six-shooter tucked, safety off. Sam's scathing podcast rant might have ended as a one-day Twitter storm if Jane Campion hadn't twisted the spur. Accepting the Top Directors Guild Prize in March 2022, she lobbed the now iconic line, "He's a little bit of a bit sake, and he's not a cowboy, he's an actor." Cameras flashed. The audience gasped. Think pieces bloomed overnight. For Campion, the issue was bigger than one disgruntled genre veteran. It was about who gets to tell Western stories and how masculinity is allowed to evolve on screen. For Elliot, it was still about grit versus gloss. Two immovable philosophies met in the middle of an awards season red carpet, and nobody blinked. To this day, neither has apologized to the other. Netflix wanted a multi-generational odd couple hit, so it paired former teen idol Ashton Kutcher with Sam Elliott in The Ranch. Ratings smiled. Elliott never did. Crew testimonies later pooled on podcasts. Sam gave Ashton the kind of silence you can feel. One sound tech recalled. Kutcher, ever affable, would call Elliott a mentor during press tours. Yet away from microphones, he confessed on a talk show that the elder icon didn't buy my act. He was polite, just unmoved. Elliott's verdict? Charm without gravel can't carry real stakes. In his worldview, jokes land better when forged in hardship, not rehearsed in green rooms stocked with almond milk lattes. Still, there were no tantrums, no leaked emails, just that chilly Western stillness whenever the director yelled, "Cut." Back in The Big Lebowski, Elliott's ethereal stranger felt like the dude's soul made audible. Off-screen, the two men bonded over guitars, desert sunsets, and a shared allergy to celebrity fluff. Then Bridges won his Oscar for Crazy Heart in 2010, and the phone calls slowed. Red carpet polish replaced back porch jams. Elliott never lit the sky with accusations. He just issued a cryptic line during a 2022 magazine profile. Some folks change, others just reveal who they were. Fans decoded it instantly. Since then, the one-time brothers have attended the same galas like distant planets, visible, never orbiting. In Elliott's creed, silence can be the cruelest verdict of all. September 2024. The Lincoln Project drops a stark, 60-second ad. Elliott's granite growl declares, "Be a man. Vote for a woman." Social platforms split like dry timber. Supporters called it courageous. Critics hurled number "Not My Cowboy" under every post for 3 straight days. Spring 2025. Paramount Plus confirms Elliott as a series regular opposite Billy Bob Thornton, Demi Moore, and John Hamm in Landman Season 2. A drama about Texas oil where egos gush thicker than crude. Said insiders joke the craft services trailer will need traffic lights for all the alpha energy. Will Elliott's code clash with Hollywood's new titans? Or has time softened his edges? If history's a guide, the man won't bend. The question is, who breaks first? 8 collisions, 1 creed, and the trail leads straight to the final campfire. For half a century, Sam Elliott has lived by the slow heartbeat of the high plains, speaking only when the silence could no longer bear the weight of what he believed. In a town that worships reinvention, he clings to bedrock truth. The West can be reimagined, but it can't be faked. Actors may morph, directors may reframe, but authenticity is the one debt no performer escapes. So is he a stubborn relic guarding a closed gate, or the last honest scout warning us the trail's gone soft? Maybe both. What's undeniable is the spectacle his code creates. Every clash, a blazing bonfire of headlines, every refusal, another myth etched into granite. As long as Hollywood keeps flirting with frontier chic, polished boots, algorithm-approved sunsets, Sam Elliott will stand at the county line, thumbs hooked behind his belt, ready to call bluff. The question isn't whether he'll spark another showdown. The question is which unsuspecting star will ride in next, thinking the hat makes the cowboy, and discover the old ranger still has plenty of bullets left. And that, partners, is a story worth sticking around for. So drop your thoughts below. Is Elliot preserving the soul of the West, or just picking fights with its future? While you decide, remember the cowboy rule he carved into legend. Authenticity never blinks. Fade on a last ember snapping in the dark.